If it means saving the life of her adopted sister, Black Canary will do whatever it takes, even if that means leading her brand new team directly into a confrontation with Wonder Woman. What'll happen next? Well, let's hop into the pages of Birds of Prey issue number 3 and find out together, shall we? So then, as we join the comic, we check back on in with the Themyscira. Dinah had said that the island had come under the sway of some sort of strange, evil, malevolent force, but we haven't actually seen any of that until right now. We see two Amazons talk about a ritual and a vessel before eventually seeing that one of those Amazons is actually possessed. Though whatever's possessing her also very cryptically says that the vessel is unworthy, whatever that means. Now, you'll remember at the end of the previous issue, the birds had actually recruited King Shark with the help of Harley Quinn, in hopes that he would be able to give them the edge in dealing with the megalodons that are protecting the island. Obviously, the bulk of the team thinks that this is a terrible idea, especially given that at least 2 of them can teleport. But unfortunately, it looks like if they want to keep the element of surprise, this is their best last hope. Of course, Harley being Harley doesn't understand why the rest of the team wants to play this so quiet, not actually grasping the threat that is Wonder Woman. Not because she's so crazy she doesn't fear Wonder Woman, she just assumed that Big Barda would actually be able to beat her in a fight, only for Barda to go, you know what, that one could actually go either way. This also leads to another truly hilarious exchange where Harley goes, the Amazon princess, why are you afraid of her? I mean, she's a giant bisexual icon. The jokes actually continue coming fast and furious too in this issue. You see all the women put on their rebreathers so that they can make it into the water and follow King Shark as he makes his way into the island, all except for Barda though, who is just so tough and so badass she doesn't even need to breathe, which makes the image of them all underwater all the more hilarious to me. King Shark also knows that he better do a good job as well, as most of the women on this brand new Birds of Prey team are romantically linked to some of the biggest superheroes, and should he get them killed, they'd all probably come and turn him into shark fin soup. Not that the heroes would eat shark fin soup, though that's controversial. By the time the Birds of Prey actually make landfall on the island, they're finally able to go over the next phase of their plan. They're going to split up, move in opposite directions, and hope to finally find wherever the ceremony site is going to be. Once they find Sin, Big Barda will be able to whisk her away using a boom tube. As far as the rest of them getting off the island, they decide to leave that next part as something of a mystery, Black Canary really only caring about saving Sin. It's also here that Zealot actually gets a little time to shine. We see Zealot do some sort of strange alien process wherein she cuts open her arm and puts a weird worm inside along with some dirt. Apparently this is a communion with the island, meaning that as long as she's here, she promises not to kill anyone, and in exchange, she can't die. She then tests out this theory by trying to stab Harley Quinn through the stomach, and even though it hurts her, it doesn't actually kill her. You know, I'd question whether or not Zealot has the power to do any of this, but then I stop and remember I don't actually know what the hell Zealot's powers are. Swords or something? I know she's an alien. Most of the Wildcats were, weren't they? The rest of the comic actually plays out as a series of very fun vignettes wherein we see the different members of the Birds of Prey act as interesting little odd couples to each other. Barda and Batgirl continue to do the very literal strong silent type thing. They make their way into the jungle and fight it out with some of the bigger Amazons, only for Barda to lose her Mega Rod, which is of course naturally very bad for their extraction plans. Perhaps one of the more interesting back and forth we see is actually between Maps Mizuguchi and Zealot. Maps as Meridian was kind of the big inciting incident behind this story, and yet we don't actually know much about her. We know she's teleported, we know she's built some amazing things in the future. Harley kept saying that she looked like dirt, but in reality I think her suit just lets her control her molecules, which allows her to teleport around and fight. Zealot also says that the weird worm thing is something she picked up due to her incredibly long life spent on Earth. This actually isn't her first time dealing with Amazons. How about that? The real winners, though, for my money, have to be Harley and Black Canary, as Black Canary has to begrudgingly respect just how far Harley's come and just how useful she actually is in a pinch. Harley also continues to bring her comedy material too, tying up a bunch of the knocked out Amazons, saying, yeah, you know, you girls are gonna be fine with this, right? Your whole culture is kind of built around bondage, isn't it? Eventually, Black Canary actually does manage to find where Sin is being held, and while she's a little older now, she's absolutely overjoyed to see her beloved adopted sister. Only here's the thing, though. Sin seemingly has no idea that she's in danger. As far as I can tell, she doesn't know anything about any sort of ritual or anything else, which of course only further thickens the plot. Now, the big problem with coming to the island was of course always managing to earn the ire of Wonder Woman, but Black Canary thought about that. You see, to cover the team's escape, Dinah actually places a call with Green Arrow, who in an attempt attempt to distract Wonder Woman, kind of tries to assassinate her. Well, okay, it's not actually as violent as all of that. You'll remember at the end of the previous issue, Dinah and the team had grabbed a bunch of magic stuff from John Constantine. Well, Green Arrow was supposed to dose Diana with some sort of magical arrow. Of course, it ends up backfiring and he mostly just gets his ass kicked. I actually find this scene very endearing and even a little romantic because if you remember, Dinah before said that she couldn't actually tell Oliver everything that was going on with her and Sin right now, meaning that Green Arrow loves Black Canary so much he's willing to pick a fight with one of the frickin' Trinity just because his girlfriend told him to. Which, geez, you know, if that isn't love and devotion, I certainly do not know what is. Of course, Wonder Woman's a smart cookie, and she eventually catches on to the idea that the Themyscira is under attack, meaning that she rushes back there. And as the comic comes to a close, we get an absolutely stellar shot of an enraged Wonder Woman ready to wage war on whoever gets in her way. And so that was Birds of Prey issue number 3, everybody, and once again, I really gotta take my hat off to this series as it just moves from strength to strength. The art continues to be great, the interplay and the comedy is wonderful, and there's also a really strong mystery starting to be forged here too. I don't actually know what the big reveal is going to be, but I'm most certainly interested to take the ride. Overall, I'd give this one another very passionate 8 out of 10.
Hey there everyone, it's your pal Cape Joel again, and if you're seeing my face right now, that means you watched to the end of the video, and I'll always be grateful for that. Retention helps in this crazy YouTube game, and so does becoming a patron. If you head on down to the description, you can find a link to my Patreon page. Recently just redid all the tiers, a lot of cool stuff offering up there, exclusive commentaries, exclusive polls, behind the scenes concept art for Capes and Quest. That's the brand new D&D show I've started soon. Never been a better time to become a patron. You can become a patron for as little as $1 a month and help the channel grow and, you know, help me continue to deliver content like what you just saw. So I want to thank you all, and I will see you again next time. Bye-bye.